Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin, Season 2, Episode 11. We only got one more episode, guys. Like, really. We only have one more episode, and then this season comes to an end, and then. Well, okay, I'll start off by saying this. Guys, if there are those of you who out there who really want a Season 3 after this, then do Studio Wit a favor. You need to save your pennies. You need to save your dimes. You need to do whatever you need to in order to save money and buy season 2. That's the only way we're ever, hopefully, ever gonna get a season 3. Like that's right. I just think you need to get a little disclaimer out there, guys, for those who who will desperately be clamoring for a season 3 after this. If you want a season 3, you need to buy the anime, guys, because but just buying the manga alone isn't gonna cut it. The anime studios only make money off the prices of the things of the purchase of the anime. So yeah, if you guys want an anime season 2, season 3 so badly, buy season 2 of the DVD or whatever the anime. Yeah, but now that we got that little disclaimer out of the way, let's get into this review. So the first thing to note is, as I'm watching this review, as I'm watching this episode, we basically get a whole lot of we basically just get a whole lot of back and forth about how Ymir saying to Krista how life inside the wall is hell, and that also kind of makes me really, and that actually just kind of makes me realize both sides are fighting for the exact, like I knew this already, but both sides are basically fighting for the exact same fucking thing. The scouts are fighting to in order to live. The scouts are fighting so basically the citizens can live beyond the walls, and they're and Bertolt and Reiner are basically fighting in order to escape the walls to their homeland. So in essence, they're basically just fighting for pretty much the exact same fucking reason, but for some reason in Reiner and Bertolt's mind, they need Eren and Christopher. Somewhere in Reiner and Bertolt's mind, it's only a thing where they need Eren and Christopher, Eren and Krista in order to make this Krista or Historia in order to make this happen. Krista slash Historian in order to make this happen. So yeah, it's like one of those things where yeah, they're both fighting for the exact same fucking thing. So what? So this fight, this whole rescue mission and this whole fight in general was just pointless. When really all they could do is talk it out honestly and see if they could come to a fucking compromise or something like that. But yeah, it's really weird in that respect. Um, Another thing I like is another thing I noticed in this episode is Ymir. The way Ymir was talking to Historia Krista in this one, it reinforced what we kind of found out in the last episode, that Ymir, she basically says how she's afraid to die, but we can pretty much say, for me anyway, that Ymir, you're not afraid to die, you're afraid to die alone. And that's like she basically even calls herself a coward for that. But yeah, like if there's yeah, yeah, Ymir, you might be you're not afraid to die, Ymir. You're just afraid to die alone, and you just don't want to, and you don't want to. And yeah, I guess yeah, Ymir just doesn't want to die alone, which I can kind of understand why, but at the same time, it's like well, just admit it to her. It's just one of those things where I just want her to see her admit it to herself that she's afraid to die alone. Like maybe she did, but yeah, maybe she already did. But yeah, I think she just really needs to let out her true feelings that she's afraid to die alone. I think. Also, one thing I one thing I was interesting in this episode is that maybe four characters really had their time to shine in this episode. Mikasa, Armin, Erwin, and Connie. Only because of something he said. Only because of something he said. I still think Connie's a bit of a crust fuck, but whatever. Mikasa, where do I even start? Not only was she going in, wrecking Titans, wrecking dudes, wrecking motherfuckers, but that scene where we see Mikasa glare at Bertolt through basically Reiner's Titan form hand. That shit was savage as fuck. Like Mikasa, I guess in general, has always kind of been one of my favorites in the show for obvious reasons. At least for the action portions of it. I I can't really say she's all that deep a character. I mean, like she's pretty simplistic, I guess, when it comes to her motivation. She just wants to protect Eren. She's simplistic enough, but her every scene she's in is just badass and savage as fuck. And just seeing Mikasa glare at Bertolt like that shit was scary as shit. And she had to look like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. I'm gonna rape your corpse. Like, okay, I probably went too far there, but yeah, you get it. Mikasa was just totally savage. And Armin, again, going all, just playing the psycho mind games on Bertolt, and saying how, and saying how, and saying how they've been, and lying to him, saying they've been torturing Annie. They've been torturing Annie. They've basically been. They've been torturing her day in, day out, and whatnot, and in a very twisted and bizarre way that actually shows Armin's growth as a soldier. Maybe not as a person, or I guess you could argue as a person too, but as a soldier, you can definitely see Armin's growth there, because it shows he's willing to do anything in order to prove, in order to show not only his worth as a soldier, but how far he's willing to go, just like Mikasa, in order to protect Eren. Like, maybe he isn't willing to go as far as Mikasa in order to protect Eren, but the fact that Armin was able to get inside Bertolt's head and just like and just fuck his mind up by mentioning Annie and rescuing Eren, and in the end even rescuing Eren from that, like that was both savage and smart as fuck. Like he messed with Bertolt's mind in order to have Bertolt let his guard down and have Erwin come in to save the day. Like, we're getting on to Erwin in a bit here, but yeah, Armin, I love you, bro. Like, Armin, again, just like Mikasa, is one of my favorite characters. Like, if you were to ask me which of the three main characters I like personally in Attack on Titan, of the three, Armin, Mikasa, and Eren, I go with Armin all the time, because honestly, like, just seeing Armin develop from a scaredy cat into who he is now, it's just fantastic to see. And Erwin, let's talk about Erwin for a second here. Again, Erwin was another character that I thought really proved really was awesome in this episode, because you see him basically leading that army of Titans towards Reiner and Bertolt, and most people would think that, hey, that's kind of suicidal. But in a way, it's understandable, because if you think about it, okay, Titans have always attacked humans. That part has been established way since the beginning. But it seems that, well, from what we learned from season 1, the Titans are always seem to be a little more attracted to always first go for whoever has the ability to transform into Titans. So even though the word Titans were going after the scouts and military police, yeah, we'll get to them in a minute too. Military police and the wall and the wall protection and the wall and the walls and the wall guys. Basically their whole the Titans were focused on Reiner and Bertolt, who are Titan shifters. So it showed how smart Erwin was in explaining that whole detail, that he was able to use it in order to slow Reiner down. Like, he didn't slow Reiner down, and I really like that. Although, and let's face facts. Erwin as general is just a badass motherfucker for just even after having his fucking arm chomped off by a motherfucking Titan. He still kept going, and when Armin was was busy distracting Bertolt with that whole whole psycho mind games thing. It was Erwin who delivered the blow in order on Bertolt in order to free Eren, and yeah, I love that shit. Um, and yes, Connie too. I guess I better mention Connie. Well, like I said, it wasn't so much what Connie did in this episode because he still kind of ticks me off sometimes, but it's what he said in this episode because as Connie and Sasha were rescuing Historia Krista, and she kept saying, let me go, I need to protect Ymir." And Connie said, if they stayed there, surrounded by all those fucking Titans, they would pretty much die. They would have ended up dying anyway. Like, yeah, like it was interesting how, like, Krista did, and I'm not sure I'm sure this is probably a lie on Ymir's part, but like Krista said, Ymir told her that they would end up killing her if she that the Ymir was being forced to work alongside Ymir and was forced to be working alongside Reiner and Bertolt. Of course, I'm pretty sure that part's a lie, but she was basically saying how Ymir's being forced to work with them, and how she's gonna end up dying if she doesn't. But Connie said it best himself. If they stayed there surrounded by all those Titans, that they would have ended up dead anyway. So in a way, even though they have Krista Historia, and Ymir's chasing after them, in a way they're still helping Ymir out because Ymir's being led away from all the Titans. So yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting. I guess I gotta give Connie 1 point at least for that. He still annoys me, but yeah. Also, one other thing, military police, fucking do something. Like, it's very brief, but we have a scene where the military police are just standing there on horseback, and one man, these scouts are crazy as fuck, and I'm like, motherfuckers, you're there. Do something. Don't be fucking scaredy asshole pricks again, please. Like, I guess I'm in a way eating my own words for saying in a previous review how all three of them are working together, and even though I guess I'm in a way eating my words, but I don't know, like, I guess it still proves that even though there are military police who are, I guess, working with the scouts and the scouts and whatnot, it's like there are still the military. I guess how all three military branches are still working together. I guess there are still certain individuals within the freaking military police who are gonna just act like total assholes, I guess. Also, it was very brief, but there was of course a scene where Mikasa and Eren get where Reiner tosses a giant ass Titan. By the way, that shit was wicked, seeing Reiner toss an entire Titan to all the way to I guess it was Mikasa, and knocked her and Eren off her horse. And if you noticed, as Mikasa was lying down on the ground, there was actually a bit of interesting symbolism that was lying unconscious on the ground. We see a bit of we see some flowers, and it's interesting to note that those flowers are pretty much the exact same flowers we saw in the very beginning of the series. So yeah, a bit of a nice touch of symbolism on that fact of comparing now to then, I guess. How yeah, and yeah, the last part to talk about, that Titan, that fucking Titan, like we see pretty much the Titan who killed Eren's mom there. You see the Titan who killed Eren's mom again, and next episode is going to be insane. I know that much. Like, just seeing that Titan again, someone is going to die. And like I said in my previous reviews, even though it's headed towards Eren and Mikasa, the death flags are all around Hannes right now. Like, Hannes, bro, the death flags are all on you. I got a feeling you're going to die. And at the hands of the exact same Titan who killed Eren's mom, no less. If that has happened, wow. But, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my review for the second to last episode of Attack on Titan. Again, only one more to go, guys, and then it's season 2 is over. Like I said, buy the fucking anime after this. After this, guys, if you want to see, if you want any hope of a season 3, keep buying the anime. But yeah, guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys. Ciao.